All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the live. Are we live? AY, are we live? So I can go on. Wait till that. Put banner. All right. Okay. Hold on. Alpha Chairman, what's your name? What's the name? Jerry. Because I don't follow you talk. Uh, oh yeah, now. Are you set? Just try to turn up more instead of reducing. Should be the thing they very sharp up. I'll be always. All right, AY. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the red carpet premiere of the movie Grace. It's set to be exciting, it's set to be inspiring, and it's set to change lives. This is a Christian film that is about God's love and, of course, God's grace. My name is Don Interkim Rex, and I'll be your red carpet host for today. We're going to be interviewing various cast and crew members and special guests, and we're going to have a fun time. So stay tuned as we invite some of our guests to tell us what they think about this movie, what their expectations are, and generally what they think about Christian films, in the Nigerian film industry today. You don't cut. Who is not ready? Nobody's ready. Don't worry, I'll go interview myself. I will ask myself questions. All right, welcome. Thank you very much. Good evening. You look good with the glasses. Yes. All right. All right. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. You look good here. Please tell us your name and your role in this project.
Okay. So my name is Ayomide Ashubiaru. I'm part of the camera crew members.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. So I think one of the first questions that I'll just ask is that, like, what are your expectations for this movie that we're about to watch, Grace?
Yeah, my expectations. Awesomely, I should be expecting something great. I should be expecting something superb. I feel very excited to be here today I feel very, very amazed. Seeing a very wonderful project like this, showing the love of God, showing the work of God, is just marvelous in our sight. So we are expecting something good. And also, I'm challenging the viewers also. Expect something good. You will love it.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I just want to say, I know that we have a lot of films out there, but then we don't have a lot of like Christian films. So what's your take on how like movies like this affect generally, the film industry in Nigeria?
Okay, so you know, in Nigeria currently, we have majority of movies, and if we look at it very well, we see that Christian movies are kind of backward. We are not eating where we should be eating. And things like this, projecting it like this, bringing it out into the public like this is a step further. It's already a step already. We ourselves bringing it down to the public, not just hiding it to ourselves, not just preaching it to the Christians alone, bringing it for people to have access to. It's also a means of going forward.
All right. I think I totally agree with you because I think we need more Christian films to do more grand stuff, do more films that touch a larger audience and not just maybe the Christian sect. And I think this is a very cool initiative. So I think I'll just ask one final question, something fun, something light. If you were to be a Bible character and you were to act in a film, what would be that Bible character?
A Bible character to be in a movie,
Yeah.
I would I would love to be Paul.
Paul. Why Paul? Why Paul?
You know, I'll portray that role perfectly with my stubbornness.
Oh, you think you're stubborn?
Yeah, yeah. So I will take that role perfectly because we'll be able to, bring them by force.
And probably the story of Paul also is a very inspiring story from someone that was persecuting Christians to or were you doing something like that before? Maybe that's why you can relate and then
No.
God caught you, God arrested you.
Yeah, there are situations whereby God have to arrest us personally and bring us closer to Him to show the people the love of God, show the people the things of God and how they can grow in God's love. So these are part of the things also.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Sir.
All right. So yeah, that's we have excited guests here, ready to enjoy our movie. And one thing I think I really liked about what he said is the fact that is really appreciative of premieres like this that premiere Christian films. And what we see out there is just the secular films getting all the hype. But right now we see that more Christian filmmakers are trying to do something different. And I think that's what we all need to do. So we have more guests coming in and just stay tuned so we can have more interviews and have fun together. All right. Thank you very much, sir. I see that you're already enjoying yourself. Are we good? All right. Are we good? All right. All right. Good evening, sir. Thank you very much for this. Please tell us your name and your involvement or your role or involvement in today's premiere or the film in general.
My name is Akinyo Motunde. I'm the chairman of this great occasion.
All right.
Simply put.
So I'm with a big man right here, touching shoulders with a big man right here. So thank you very much for joining us. So I think the first question I just asked is, what are your expectations for the movie in general?
Okay. It's going to be a nice one, thought-provoking one, and I'm actually here to learn, to get improved in all I do, and with the little clips I've seen, I can't wait to have it all, honestly. Yeah.
Right. I think one thing that we always try to look at, especially for Christian films, is that at least for Christians, they always go in watching these films maybe like they know it all. But I think as individuals, whatever it is that we're watching, we're always there to learn and get something. I agree with you on that. I think the second thing I'll just ask, especially for a film like this, is do you think that the church or general Christian bodies are doing, enough to kind of support creatives or filmmakers and in terms of filmmaking, and why? Why you think so?
Yeah, actually, there's a need for improvement, honestly, I must say. Apart from Daddy Mike Bamiloye and a few other religious, you know, organizations as well. I think we still have more compared with those guys in the secular world. Ordinarily we're supposed to have them toe to toe, head to head with the people on the secular world. But in terms of religious movies, we still have a long way to go. We need more involvement of people and more movies to come out more than the secular world. If it can be more, it should be at least at par with them.
I think I also totally agree with you, but I think a little bit, I would say, I think we've actually improved, over the years, even though, like you said, we still need to do more. I think we've improved. I think we should maybe, give ourselves some credit a bit, but also I think we need to do a lot more also. And we thank God that we are here today. We are, doing a lot more. So I think just to end, I'll just ask, a very fun question that I just try to use to end the conversation, and that is, if you were to play a character in a movie and you were supposed to choose a Bible character between Pharaoh or Judas, who would you choose?
Oh my God. Pharaoh is a warrior. I'll rather pick a Pharaoh, warrior, a king, and somebody in the position of power than picking someone that is a betrayer.
Okay. I mean, I hope other people will agree, because some people say, Pharaoh was drowned. Pharaoh had a hard heart. But Judas was still a disciple. He was close to Jesus. So all right. I think that's very lovely. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, sir. All right. That's we have it. Yes, of myself. Yes. All right, so there we have it. We have more guests coming in. Fun fact, The Grace, the movie, was done entirely in the redemption camp. And, that's something that is really inspiring for a place like that, to be able to accommodate, the filming of a movie like this. It means that Christian bodies and the church in itself is really doing something, because if filmmakers can go into certain areas and conveniently make such kind of movies, then it means that they are doing something. So you guys should come out, come watch the movie Grace, because definitely you're going to learn something, you're going to be inspired, and it's going to change your life. If you don't know, if you haven't watched the movie Grace, then you should check the trailer. You should know what to expect. Grace is a movie about vengeance. It's about revenge. It's about a character that doesn't, eventually doesn't even believe in God. But we see that journey from her not believing in God to eventually, believing in God. So that is what we have. And we found out that that's what happens to many people. That's what happens to many people in our society right now. There are a lot of people that struggle with the belief in God, but then we have that redemption. Yes, we have one of our superstars from the Grace movie right here with us. So she's going to join us and I'm going to ask her some questions. Please come. All right. Good evening. You look lovely.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. So just introduce yourself. Tell us your name and your role, what character you played in the movie Grace.
Good afternoon. My name is Adeomi Elizabeth Mayowa. I'm Grace. I'm Grace at 12 years in the film.
All right. So it means that we should be expecting Grace at 12 and probably Grace older also. But we have here Grace at 12 with us. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions and you just answer it. No, not jam questions, so don't worry. Just cool. I think the first question I'll just ask is that can you tell us about your character, Grace at 12, especially? I know there's Grace generally, but your character, Grace, and what she went through, as a character in your story.
And in the film, I went through a lot.
You went through a lot. You went through a lot.
So maybe I should tell you one or two.
All right. Just don't give us too much. Just something, and tell us, what you went through.
I went through when me and my mother were sent out from a home.
All right. So you went through when your mother was sent out from the home. So I think we can have an idea of what to expect in the film. So it means that you went through a lot generally. I think that's true. So and again.
I went through when my mother lost my junior sister.
Okay. So you don't want to give a lot of spoilers. You don't want to tell them everything. So let them come and watch. But generally, I think we can all agree that Grace at 12 went through a lot. So we can imagine what Grace, when she's older, went through. Maybe she didn't go through a lot. Maybe it's just she that went through a lot. I don't know. But anywho, I think the next question I'll just ask is, what did you find most interesting about the story generally, or the project, the film?
I learned that God actually fight for us back.
That God...
And again, the devil was put into shame.
All right, that God fights for us and devil was, put to shame. So it means that, you should already know what to expect from this movie. That God fights for us and devil is put to shame. So I think I'll just end with we're going to do a quick game. I'm sure you've seen it. You've seen it online before. It's not a hard game. I'll say a word and you tell me a Bible character that is associated with that word. So, for example, if I say ark, what will you say?
Acts chapter.
Eh? Ark, so who built an ark? Noah, right? So once I say ark, you say
Noah.
Exactly. So I want to know how many. I'm going to do it fast. I will see how many you can get. So we said ark, Noah, then wisdom.
Solomon.
All right. Queen.
Esther.
Which other one? Lion.
Daniel.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for having us. I would see you later after we watch the film. Thank you very much. That's it. You're welcome. All right. So that was Grace at 12, and if you're not excited, I'm excited because she's told us that she went through a lot. So it means that you're going to be seeing a lot when you watch this movie. And I think I'm as excited as she was because, she's told us that the film is a film that tells us that, God would help us through trying times and the devil will be put to shame. I think one of the things that we try to do, especially for Christian films, is that we try to balance, entertainment with a message. And I believe that this film is one that really creates that balance and would in fact inspire a lot of people. So, like I said earlier on, we still have a lot of guests. We still have a lot of guests coming in, and we're still going to have some fun before we eventually start our film. So, right now, yes, we've had Grace at 12. Right now, we're going to have Grace at Oda. Please, a special guest is going to come right now. Please welcome her with me. Thank you very much. Please, guys. All right. Thank you very much. Lovely people, beautiful people right here with me. It's always good to start with beautiful people because, that radiation just always works. Everywhere is just shiny, shiny, shiny. You don't know what's going on. So, all right, thank you very much. So please just tell us your name and, your role or involvement in this project generally. So I'll start. Okay, let's do ladies first, right?
All right, my name is Musko Remileko Additional, and here is my husband, Oluwatoyin Additional.
All right. I would say, I think he's supporters club, chief champion, and I understand that. So thank you very much for joining us. I'm just going to ask a few questions. No hard questions, not jam questions, just very, very easy questions. So I think what the first question I'll just ask generally especially for both of you is, what are your expectations for the movie? I know you, you were in the movie, but I'm sure even when you're in the movie, you don't really know how everything is going to turn out eventually. So I'll just ask, what's your expectation for the movie? I'll start with you.
Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing a beautiful work of art and also something that will bless lives. I know the story is a very powerful story that will touch lives, that will transform lives, that will help people to... Okay, let me not...
You don't want to give spoilers.
Let me not give spoilers. But I know that people will surely be blessed by watching it. People will be able to reconcile with things that have been disturbing their past from the story. And that's,
all right, all right. I feel like it's from your own insight you're giving them, so let me get his own point of view.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, my expectation, I don't actually know about the storyline, but just like any good Christian movie, I'm expecting to get something that will actually affect my soul. I'm expecting to get something from this movie.
All right. I mean, a lot of people are expecting something that I expect that would, that's very, very tough stuff. So, I think another question I'll just ask is, especially for you, is, can you tell us more about your character in Grace? We've seen Grace at 12, so now we have Grace at older, basically. So.
Okay, the character Grace, I think she represents a lot of people, a lot of us generally, that will have something to do with in our past that, we have, so many people have a lot of childhood trauma that spills into their adult lives and affects their life, the way they behave, the way they look at things and all of that. And thank God she was able to get redemption, but I think she just represents everyone generally, because people have gone through one thing or the other that affects them. Some may negatively, some positively. Some may not even know that that's what is actually affecting them based on what they experience, maybe with their parents, with their family or neighbors or anyhow. So I think that's what I can say about the character Grace.
All right. A lot of expectations here, Grace, when she was 12, said that she suffered. I hope, Grace, you didn't suffer. When Grace at 12 suffered, I hope Grace older didn't suffer. I think one more question that I'll just ask is, what did you find most interesting about the story or the project in general?
I think what I'll say I find very interesting is, the telling of the story. Just like I said, it tells what a lot of people have gone through, having some things that they didn't actually deal with in the past that is now telling on their future. But now this movie is bringing to light how one can come out of those kind of stuff, come out from those kind of situations, receive redemption, receive everything, and then become a whole human being. I think that's one of the things I love most about it.
All right. Thank you very much. I think so. Before you go, I'm going to play a quick game. both of you. You see who will win. It's easy. It's words association. So, like for example, if I say a word, you'd say the name that is associated with that word in the Bible. For example, let me use the example. So if I say the word ark, what would you say? Noah, right? So it's a competition now. It's both of you. So, yes, between the two of you. Yeah. Now win. I have the answer. I'll win you people. So let's just do it quickly. Just quickly. So we've done Noah Ark. So fast is a speed run. So wisdom.
Solomon.
No, not one by one. It's the first person to say it. That's Now you've get up. You've get up. All right. Next one. Queen.
Vashti.
No, Esther. You got it. That's 1-1. That's 1-1. This is the final round. Final round, guys. Lion.
Daniel.
You won. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. I will see you after the film. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, Alpha.
See, what you want with the ginger? No, not is the same as Christian movie. Not is now. So like it is sweet for other people that is watching it out there. You understand? They made that vibe. They come. If you ever they ask them the thing, they ask them a funny way, maybe say go laugh and tire. You understand? So not the stretch the talk, and you go just sit there and see me they talk something about it. Not the stretch the interview.
See their answer on my own talk.
No, not beyond talk. Like say as they do now, they know, and we are working with them. Because once that thing starts now,
Okay.
we don't get that space again.
Okay. So make the question sharp,
Then
short.
put your quotes in English.
Yeah. Don't worry.
No,
Ingo.
I'll call you.
Yeah, good. Yeah, now, don't worry.
So after she's done, wait.
Who? You are. Oh, okay.
After she,
Why you know?
I will come. Which question you ask me?
I don't understand. I know they ask you jump question. I don't know why they fear.
After her, me, I will come in.
I don't know why they fear.
Wait, never
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, test. Why you test? It's not jump question. Don't worry. Don't worry, there are no questions that will make you. It's not a question that I can't know. I'm not asking you to. I'm not asking you to say spell osophagus. That's not what I'm not asking you to do that. All right. All right. All right. All right. Good evening. You look amazing. Thank you for joining us. Don't be tense. Don't worry. I'm not asking you jam questions. I don't know why a lot of people are always are tense about it. Don't worry. There are questions that you know, and if you don't know, you can walk away. Okay, so, but then there are questions that don't walk away, please. All right. So the first question is a general question, and it's just what are your expectations for the movie? But before I do that, so just tell us your name and your role our involvement in the project.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Esther Omojo, and I played the role of Kemi in Grace.
All right, thank you very much. So, like I said, the first question I just want to ask is, what are your expectations for the movie? I know, you were in the movie, but then this will probably be the first time you're seeing everything put together. So, what are your expectations for the movie?
I think I'm expecting to see God's love in another dimension, to see how the grace of God works in my life, like in all areas, and to look at the movie in another perspective.
Wow, you expect to see all that inside this film.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys should watch this film because she's even talking about how it's going to affect her life. So
All around,
definitely. I think the next question I'll just ask is your character. What should they expect from your character Kemi, and who's your character in the movie?
Okay, my character, Kemi. Kemi is a Gen Z baddie. So expect a little bit of the baddie aspects of Kemi and also the Texas, yes.
All right. So I'm guessing Kemi is not a Christian in this film.
Nah, she's not a Christian. She's in and out.
She's in and out. Okay, God will help Kemi in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, final question I just asked. What fruit of the Spirit can best describe your experience working on this movie?
Patience.
That gives us a lot of insight, but I'll not say more than that. So thank you very much,
All right.
Kemi. All right.
Thank you for having me too.
All right. We'll see you later after the program. Yeah, it was okay. What do you want, take it? You say shoot. Oh, yeah, now. Anyway. Okay. All right. Good evening. I'm here with a fine gentleman here that is making me stretch my neck, up. And I don't know. I'm not short. Yes, I'm not short. Yeah, exactly. Not short. It's just tall. So thank you very much for joining us. Please tell us your name and your role or involvement in this project.
So my name is Isaiah Justofumi. Yeah, on the project Grace, I was an officer of the law. Yeah, funny. And I also played a part in the camera assistant. That's all I did.
All right. So you were an officer of the law. That means we're expecting someone is going to be arrested, or except you are the officer and you were arrested, one or the other. All right. So what are your expectations for the movie that we're about to watch, Grace?
Well, all right. To start first, Grace has really exceeded my expectation, because when we talk about a Christian film, this is a lot. Grace has come so far, and I expect nothing less than excellence. And the world has not yet seen what this movie wants to offer, because I'm wanting them, and it's more of an expectation and eager anticipation for them to look forward to it. Yeah.
All right. So what did you find most interesting about the story or the project in general?
Finding the story interesting. The story is more of a believer's journey, where we talk about vengeance and a lot of hurt and pain, and how so much a believer can go through, even at their lowest. And this is really going to touch a lot of audience, and how to undo some things, blackmail and order. So it's really a big story that is unfolding, and trust me, there's much more to say there.
All right. If you've been following so far, I'm sure you'll be able to piece a lot of things together. A lot of people have said a lot of things. Now you said blackmail. Some people said, suffering. Some people, so you should be able to probably get the full movie by now, from everybody. But then again, that's why I should be here. You see how everything is pieced together. I think my final question I'll ask is, if you were to play a character in the Bible in a movie. So, for example, choose any character to play in the Bible. What character will you play?
Well. A scriptural character.
Yeah, scriptural character.
Okay, let's go with Peter.
Peter, why? Why would you choose Peter?
Peter was always someone who is always eager and someone who doesn't take nonsense. Peter was this kind of person that is very hardworking, take care of others, and Peter doesn't mess around.
Doesn't mess around. So you think that you embody Peter? I don't know. I always felt, even when I was very young, I always felt Peter was a tall guy. I don't know. And so when you said Peter, I was like, oh yeah, I think you look like a Peter. So definitely you work. So thank you very much. You've made my hand pin me for stretching.
I'm sorry.
You're the only one that's making me do like this. So thank you very much, guys, for coming. All right. Have a nice time. All right, so we are good and we are nice. We've had a lot of people come here tell us what they expect and what is most interesting about this project. So if you're not here, it means that you're going to be missing out a lot. We've interviewed Musiko, who plays Grace, who is our lead character, and we'll definitely be interviewing more people who will be telling us a lot more about their expectations and what they think about this project. So stay tuned and we'll have some more fun. All right, thank you very much for joining me on the green carpet of Grace. I have here a very lovely gentleman with me, and please tell us your name and your role or involvement in the project, Grace.
Okay, my name is Sir Legendary Lawrence Irerebo. I played a two vital role in this project, the line producing job and the production manager, and also took one role as an actor.
All right. So a man that wears many hats, right? So I think the first question, like I always do, is just to ask generally what are your expectations for the project?
My expectation for the project is that Grace is going to wow a lot of you. I know a lot of people don't really want to watch faith movie, but this is a different kind of faith movie that will inspire you positively.
All right, thank you very much. Going to inspire us positively. I think you're the first major crew member that I'll be interviewing, so I'll ask a more challenging question. And in the spirit of challenges, I think I'll just ask, what were the challenges that you faced on set, and how did you overcome some of these challenges?
Every project has a challenge. Every project has challenges, but Grace challenges started from the first day we arrived on set. We were supposed to have a night shoot, but some of the crew came late, and the gas came very late. The gas came in about, I think, 10, 11 p.m., and we could not shoot. When it got to the next morning for us to shoot, one or two things delayed us, and we started shooting by close to 12 noon. And the project was so challenging because we were trying to make sure we could cover up to 100 and something scenes in 7 days. And it was so challenging, but God helped us through.
All right. So it means that we had Grace on set, definitely, because that's what he used to, in fact, make sure all these challenges were overcome, and you did exceedingly well. So I think one more question I'll ask is, in terms of storytelling, do you think storytelling for faith-based films has evolved, and why do you think so?
Yes, it has evolved because back then I could remember when most of my friends were telling me they use lesser gears. They use lesser gears, but now we use powerful gear because we want to get to more audience, and we in time to come I think we'll be going to cinema as well. So people will be watching film-based movies in cinema because now we have the route where we are going through majority YouTube and some few people are going to Netflix and Prime Video. But I know with time we'll go higher because that's the aim of it, because we want general people to watch it all over the world, not only within some circle of people.
Right, I totally agree. I remember back in the day the way faith-based films were, but right now we see that things are evolving. People are putting in more effort. I think that we are moving in the right direction. I think the final question, just like I do for everybody, is um, would you rather play a role, as Judas or as Pharaoh in a movie?
I can play the both depending on.
No, you have to choose one. Choose one between Judas and Pharaoh. Who do you think who you would be able to play better?
uh, I can play Judas.
You play Judas.
Yes.
Okay. Why do you choose Judas?
Because Judas played a vital role. I know people may condemn him, but without Judas, there would have not been grace that we are enjoying today.
Thank you very much. Your spirit is moving. I like your spirit, young man. Because if not for Judas, people have blamed Judas for a very long time. I tell people this, but I've blamed Judas for it. But if Judas didn't do what he did, then we won't be here. It's just the plain truth. Pharaoh, or on the other hand, let me not say anything. Let's just say. So you choose Judas. Thank you very much. I appreciate your answers.
Thank you very much.
All right. That was the line producer for Grace, and we just finished interviewing him. He's been doing a lot. The director is around. Hopefully, we'll be able to interview the director, producer, Victoria K. Emla, right now. But more guests are arriving, and we'll be starting these very soon. Stay tuned. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. I think one of the things that we don't do is to have fun when we have things like this. Everyone is always always very spiritual, always very, Christian-like. But then it's always an opportunity for you to blend both. Be a Christian, be fun, and have a lovely time. So this is a time where we have fun. It's a time where we learn, and a time we, evolve and become better people. So, yes, I have my director here with me today. Director. Wait, hold on.
freestyle. 1 minute to freestyle.
This the way you do it.
Yeah, so it's da and that.
Exactly. So when we do like this, especially like that, you understand? It's like that.
So we went interview next. They said they tell me. This person say you want bring person. Say she say me you text him later. Say one man.
Person, I don't know the man. I want man with the West shirt. Maybe if you ask her, maybe bring the man.
Okay, no problem. I go ask him. No wahala.
All right. Another fun fact is that all are you new?
Drag me here. So let me to drag you here.
I'll just be smiling. I'm not saying anything. I'll just be smiling.
Smile is also part of.
Don't worry. When I ask you jam questions, you know.
Don't ask me that question.
Don't worry. It's not hard. It's not anything.
Okay,
No,
what are we talking about?
just asking free. Just hold on. Just free, like what your expectations are, and probably like what you think about the story generally or something like that. Just general questions.
The story is from America.
Huh?
I speak to you. You don't ask me questions.
Don't worry. I'll ask you. Don't worry. I'll ask you. It's just. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And please tell us your name and your role or involvement in the project Grace.
Okay, my name is James Oguremi, and I'm one of the EPs for this project Grace. I think that's just it.
All right, thank you very much. So it means that I'm sounding with, a very big man. Because when you get EP, it's not easy to be EP. Do you know what EP means? Money man. That's what EP means.
You said to yourself.
All right, thank you very much. I think the first question I'll just ask is, what are your expectations for the movie generally?
Okay, the major expectation from me for the movie is to see God's grace being interpreted in a way that a layman is able to understand without being preached to from the pulpit. You understand? So I expect to see that the movie is kind of movie that you play for someone who is not a churchgoer and have a grasp of what the grace of God is actually. So that's my expectation.
All right. I think I really like that answer because I think it follows through to the question I want to ask next, and that is in terms of the evolution of Christian films. I think back in the day, I think they used to do Christian films for just Christians. If I might be wrong, but I think right now things are evolving and they realize that it's not just for Christians. You want non-Christians to watch it and actually feel change. So what would you say? Do you think that faith-based films are getting better, and why do you think so?
Well, faith-based films are getting better actually. I mean, if we look back in the day, in those days, quality is not something that we actually try to look into. But these days now, we're beginning to look at the quality, picture quality, the color, not just the story, because the story is one thing. And if you want the the movie to relate to most people, all right, then you need to start looking into the quality, how the story is being told, and the general people that you expect to sit down and actually be glued to their seats when they watch the movie. So, I mean, looking, say, like 20 years ago to now, I think the faith-based movies have really moved up. Yeah.
Right, I think I totally agree with you on that. I think we're really doing better. I mean, and I think events like this actually helps to see that people. This is just because it's faith based doesn't mean you can, do something nice. You can do something wonderful. So I think I'll just end with my final question that I usually try to ask. Something fun, and that is if you were to play a character, a character in the Bible between Judas or Pharaoh, a movie character, no, not real life per se, but I mean, if it's almost the same thing. But if you were to choose, which character would you choose? And Pharaoh, yes.
I will choose Pharaoh.
You choose Pharaoh?
Yes.
And why would you choose Pharaoh?
I'll choose Pharaoh because I think I'll be able to play that character well, based on my background, in the sense that, and the role I have been playing in so many levels. I think I have this leadership gene within me. Pharaoh is a leader, and I'm sure I'm going to play that character very well, very, very beyond expectation.
All right, I'll ask a follow-up question because of that, because there is something that just came to my head, and that is, there's always this, especially for faith-based films, depending on the character that you want to play. Like, I don't want to play a wicked character. I don't want to play. So I want to say that the Pharaoh's heart was hardened. They are playing a hardened man's heart. Pastor Judas, even though we know that Judas betrayed, but his betrayal was still for a greater purpose. Yeah. On that note, I rest my case.
Anyway, well, you say Pharaoh's heart was hardened, or someone hardened his heart.
Okay, here. Yes.
So can I also tell you that Pharaoh submitted his heart to God, and then God hardened his heart?
Okay. You see, this is why I have to be a Bible scholar. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, man. Alpha, say you call.
No, my guy.
Say you call
I
me.
don't call you.
You call me?
No, I don't call you.
Oh, when they call me, see, they call they give me, I don't know. See, person, I don't care, no time for that. Yeah, we're good. All right. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us. There's something that people say when you meet a big man. You just kind of, you just know. So right now, I'm getting the aura. There's that aura. So I'm getting rubbing shoulder to shoulder. No problem. All right. Thank you very much. Please just introduce yourself and tell us your role or involvement, maybe in the project and maybe who you are generally.
Okay, my name is John Oguntuashe. I'm a film producer and director, feedbacks. Where my role is moral support.
Moral support. I love that.
Yes, I'm like the producer and director of this project. I've been friends from way back. So, of course, during the shoot, I was just there to say hello and to give us moral support. But I wasn't part of it directly. Yes.
All right. It even makes things good for me. I can ask you like fire first. I'm just joking. All right. I think the first question, like I always do, is what are your expectations for the movie generally?
Well, you see, that is grace. And then that is a very significant title to the faith-based world generally, whether in movies, in music, in anything that has to do with godly. So we cannot expect anything less. I'm looking forward to be blessed. I'm looking forward to see another level of Christian production. We have, for that, it could be brought to cinema. It means that there's something different about it, and whatever it is, it's a plus to the body of Christ, knowing that people are trying to push the envelope and raise the bar, and so it's something beautiful. Just enjoy myself, and then to have a cinema experience of the movie. Yes.
Definitely. I totally agree. I think that's why I think many people believe. All right. So I think personally, that's why I think yes, why many people believe that it's fine. It's that Christian films or faith-based films are like evolving, because I think many people see the importance of it, and it's no longer just a thing of let me just do a faith-based film. It's now like let me do something I didn't say that, But I think that leads me to the next question, and that is like, why do you think storytelling or filmmaking especially is important for the body of Christ generally?
You see, if you understand the concept of filmmaking itself, is singularly the most important element in 21st century evangelism. Because I do a test later where I go to teach about filmmaking anywhere, and the result is always the same. I ask you, tell me the title of your pastor's sermon last 2 weeks, or last week, or this Sunday. 90% of people will forget it. But you, as you are now, if I tell you to tell me a story of probably whether a Christian movie or a secular movie you've seen 10 years ago, all those Godo, all those whatever it is, Agbanla, that 30 years, you will remember even the title, the music, the character, because there's a power that audiovisual carries. Because as audio and visual, you can for those of your life, you can remember them. So the idea is, it is very important that Christian community invest and see the importance of filmmaking, storytelling, because it holds every message you have in that particular. It should not be forgotten. People can remember, oh, that guy stole there, and that's what happened. He went to hell or something. So if you want to get yourself in that position, you remember, oh, there's a picture in your head that reminds you of that. So it just keeps you stable in the Lord. And then, of course, it travels. It's beyond that. I'm preaching to you, accept Jesus. A movie right now, 1 million people can see it, 10 million people can see it. It can travel anywhere. You be in Nigeria, you are talking to somebody in Iraq, Iran. That's how powerful, storytelling is. Yes.
It definitely is. It definitely is. And I think how powerful, you just described how powerful storytelling, filmmaking especially, is to in fact passing the gospel. Because like you said, many people might not remember what happened in church, but they film, I don't know, there's just something very powerful about it. You just watch it and you realize that it's not just for Christians also, but you want to draw in other people that are not Christian, and they watch it and they remember all those kind of things. So I think my final question I'll just ask, a fun question I think I always like to ask people is, between, if you were to play a role, between Judas, playing a role as Judas, or playing the role as Pharaoh, Pharaoh. Okay. What between the two, which will you choose?
Wait, depend on the role that's given to me.
No, you're playing Judas in a movie.
Pharaoh is a more challenging character. Pharaoh is dramatic, do this one, wage war, he's a king, there's a lot of aura around him and all of that. The servants, the costume. Judas is just a guy. What did he do? The only thing we do for Judas is that he betrayed Jesus. And I really mentioned
Judas, I am a true advocate of Judas. Judas, if not for Judas, will not be here. Jesus, the betrayal was necessary. So that was his purpose.
We agree. Do you want to be Judas? Do you want to be the guy? I don't have issue with me acting or playing of Judas, but Judas is important to me. And just somebody, one of you will betray me.
Exactly.
But you just say Judas, it could have been Peter or anybody. But Judas put himself into it. If you want to be Judas, you will betray.
I did not say that.
But Judas is a prophecy that must come to pass. And then Judas show up. Thank God for Judas.
But you choose Pharaoh, right?
If you look at it, I'm a director. I just put it in a very artistic way. Pharaoh costume, the servant, the aura. Pharaoh is an unforgettable character. Judas can be forgotten. What did he do? He collected 30 pieces, he betrayed Jesus, he hanged himself. And that is the end of Solomon Grandi.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much. Come, Joe. Okay, thank you. Drop your bag. I know what your steez, what your steez. What your steez. Just, I'm going to ask you how you think industry as a whole. If I ask you, we are going to play a game. No worries, just cheap. Relax. No damn question. Okay. There you go. All right, live. EY. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm here with one of the finest man on the red carpet right now. You can see his full steez right now. His number will appear on the screen. You can collect his number. I don't know if he's single or searching, but don't bombard him. All right, thank you very much. Please introduce yourself. Tell us your role or involvement in the project Grace. And if you didn't, like some people said, they came for their moral support. So you can just introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Doyin Kayode, and my role on the Grace project is I worked in the costume department, and I also, helped in some other parts of the production.
All right. I can see that you're probably a man that wore many hats on the project, but you were in costume department. All right. So I think the first question I'll just ask is, what are your expectations for this project?
Okay, so first is, the end goal of this project is to get through to men, and it's part of it. It's a major tool, especially in this world, like I would say that film is a core tool for social and psychological engineering. So when you want to change people's mind, when you want to help people think, when you want to put things in people's head, you want to give things to people to think about, to do, to act, just put it in a video. People are going to pick it. And this film is a package that is going to bless a lot of people. I tell you the truth.
All right. It's going to be a blessing. So you should be here right now so that you can be blessed. Yeah. All right. I think one more question that I'll just ask. You were in the costume department. What would you say were some of the challenges that you faced? And if you were to use the fruit of the Spirit to classify your experience, what fruit of the Spirit would it be?
Okay, so number one, of course, love, So first is, let me talk about the challenges, then I'll talk about the fruit of the Spirit. So number one challenge that I met on set was, as costume design, I also have idea in other departments, and one of the major challenges would be maybe time, and maybe a little in quotes what can be better in the part of pre-production, especially for costumes that I worked in primarily. And I would also say that maybe yes, just basically more on the part of pre-production for the costumes, and yeah, maybe the locations are good. Yeah, but I think generally there's always room for improvement in everything. Yeah, so yeah.
All right, so the fruit of the spirit to describe your experience.
Okay, the fruit of the spirit is temperance, long suffering. Yes.
Long suffering. What's that telling us? Your experience, you had long suffering?
No, not see. Okay, I by that by that I mean long suffering means like you are able to persevere because it's something that every filmmaker needs to have.
Yeah.
We could say it is easy to start, but when you're hitting where it touches the heart, touches the body, touches the spirit, working with people, your expectations are challenged, you know that, man, you need to get up and move, working with people, all of those things. So yeah, I would say temperance, long suffering, basically.
All right. Thank you very much, Joey. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
That's why I want to my own after.
Okay. All right. All right. Good evening. I'm here with a beautiful lady right now, and she's going to introduce herself, tell us her role and involvement in the project. Some people came, they said they are here for moral support, but let's have you.
Okay, thank you so much. Oluwabumi Bamitale is my name. Okay, I came from the Federal Republic of Ibadan just to see Grace here at Ozone Cinema Yaba. I'm actually not one of the cast, but I'm here to support my Sister Emla. I can't wait to see the production of a DOP. When a DOP is producing a movie, I'm expecting the best. And I know she's not going to fall my hand because the title of the movie is Grace. And we all want grace, but I know that we're going to have a feel of the grace and we're all going to be blessed. So that's why I'm here.
All right. Thank you. I think you've even answered one of the questions I wanted to ask, which was like, what are your expectations for the movie Grace? Like you said.
Yeah, like I said, we all need grace, fine. But I know that the movie is going to be, I wasn't part of it, but I know that the movie is going to be a movie that will point people to Jesus, that point people to God. It's going to bring about regeneration because every gospel movie has to do that. And then lives are going to be transformed. I'm sure of that.
All right. So I just want to get your view on faith-based films. Generally, I think they have evolved over time. Do you think we've improved, and do you think we need more improvements? What are your thoughts?
Oh, wow. Faith-based movie has come to stay. It has been, because when you talk about theater, you can't say anything without the church because it all emanated from the church, but I know that faith-based movie has come to stay and we have improved. We are evolving. You get excellence when it comes to cinematography, excellence when it comes to costumes, excellence when it comes to casting, excellence when it